I'm Jesse Pimpinella, and this is the New Year, New Mess Comedy Special Edition. Strap in, we're going to be talking about everything in 2021 that made it mad, crazy, bearable, and, well, WTF. Did we think that 2021 was going to be better? I mean, we started with 2020, and that burnt us like a forgotten safe word while being pegged by a hot curling iron. I mean, how bad was 2021? Here's how bad. Switzerland invented a suicide machine. Thus far, there have been no user reviews. Now, I'm not saying this year made me depressed, but I occasionally get rope burn right here on my neck. Now, all seriousness, I would never hang myself out of the fear that my pants would fall down after I die, and then everybody thinks I'm a pervert, you know? They're like, oh, Jesus Christ, my wife would be walking in like, why is he hard? Was he actually masturbating? We don't know. To be honest, if you get offended by anything I say during this show, please stop watching. Because, listen, I'm not afraid to get canceled for words. Because people have been canceled for far worse things than words, and they still sell out comedy clubs. Canceled for a joke? That's a layup. Man, there are things far more worse than getting canceled for a joke. COVID, all right? But I'll tell you what, Delta variant, what a disappointment that was. Because just like Tiger King 2, not enough shitty people died. I mean, when they discussed flattening the curve, I thought they were talking about anti-vaxxers' heart rate monitors in the ER. Now, due to the hype of the Delta variant, it stole our summer. Like an anti-vaxxer stealing the My Body, My Choice slogan. I mean, it's crazy. Like, there was a man that got kicked off an airline for protesting the mask mandate by wearing a thong as a mask. The biggest complaint was the smell. He didn't even wash his sister's thong. Ugh. And then what's crazy is our childhood heroes are becoming creeps. Drake Bell's a pedo. Remember when he was on Drake and Josh being tormented by Megan? Now he's being tormented by Megan's Law. 2021 was messed up, man. No one has won this year more than Jeff Bezos from Amazon, man. And by the way, we are dependent upon Amazon for everything. Food, movies, comedy. Anyways, but Amazon is not immune to the craziness of this world. Get this, a man ordered an urn and it turns out it still had actual human remains in it. In Amazon's defense, though, the guy clicked used. So, I mean, believe it or not, I actually followed up on that story, and it turns out the guy, he put his father's ashes in a bowling ball so he can roll another 300 with him. That's pretty awesome, you know? But, I mean, and what's so cool is, like, even in the afterlife, he's moving up in the world. You know, he went from a body bag to a bowling bag. You can buy anything on the internet, okay? I actually saw that there was an actual Skittles candy bed that dispenses Skittles. That's perfect for anybody who wants the candy but can't get out of bed because they lost their foot to diabetes, you know? It's perfect. But like I said, when the world gets crazy, crime gets crazy. I got a quick question for you. Actually, more of a riddle. What does a swamp and a washing machine have in common? They both have laundry remains in them. Remember that crazy story? Him and Gabby Petito goes across country, road trip, all that stuff, and she ends up dead while he's missing, and we see his picture on the news 24/7. I mean, look at Brian, man. It looks like he's doing the best impression of Trevor from Grand Theft Auto. You know, he looks like an anorexic Vin Diesel. Yeah, he was found eventually, but with a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. Man, I guess he needed the stress of getting caught killing his girlfriend to be over like he needed a hole in the head. You know what I mean? And then what got even way more crazier is that Tom the Bounty Hunter got involved looking for Brian. Yeah, you remember that bigoted piece of shit? Yeah, the only thing this guy ever looks for is another reason to say the N-word. And we've had some weird crimes this year. Like, there was a dude dressed as Jesus and he broke into a home and stabbed an entire family in what was probably their last supper. And there are weird crimes all over the world, all right? Get this, a man in Spain was arrested for killing and eating his mom? Well, the thing is, in the USA, we have videos called Eating Your Stepmother, but that's an entirely different thing. But we got really weird this year, all right? We had Trump and terrorists attack the Capitol. Biden gave the Taliban Afghanistan. All the while, TikTok is regulating jokes and boosting racist cousin thruples and promoting their OnlyFans page. Let's get into that. Let's face it, people. Sex sells. Sex, 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 sex. When COVID shut down the strip clubs, we had a problem, you know? They tried to open up for a bit, but people weren't allowed to give lap dances. They were forbidding lap dances in the town. That's like a porno parody of Footloose. Society retreated to the next best place for sex. TikTok! No, wait, I mean OnlyFans. But seriously, TikTok, I can't even open my phone anymore without something sexually waterboarding me in the face. You know? Like, I open my phone, there you see girls go, ooh, yeah, daddy, fuck. And then all of a sudden, my grandmother asked me to leave the dinner table. Porn is under attack this year, all right? First off, Roku kicked Pornhub off its channels. Which, by the way, who is jacking off on a Roku TV? That would be ridiculous. Because it would take you 45 minutes to come, and literally 40 of those minutes would be trying to find that little shit. People are now making their own porn, all right? But they got some obstacles. Get this. So there was a guy who was filming a porno in an abandoned building, and he got robbed. And his stepsister got robbed, too, because she was still stuck in the dryer. Listen, I don't want to sound nitpicky, but can we talk about the word sex worker real fast? It sounds disgusting. It sounds like the person works at a Nike factory against their will, you know, and they give hand jobs to the boss on demand. Like, listen, Subway calls their employees sandwich artists. Can't we do something with, you know, call them fuck engineers or sexual artisans, you know, something clever. Even adult actresses are called porn stars, you know? This year, OnlyFans took a huge hit at one point because for some reason they decided to remove all their sexual content from their website because they wanted to appease their backers. Who do you have investing in this? Nuns in the Amish? Look, the website is known for pornography, all right? That's like a pimp shutting down his corner and deciding to make like handmade baskets for Etsy. Luckily, OnlyFans changed their mind because obviously they respect the sex worker and their bottom line, mainly their bottom line, definitely just their bottom line, I would say. You can't really change OnlyFans into not a sexual website, all right? That's a connotation you can't get rid of. I mean, look at the word DM, all right? Anytime anybody says slide into a DM or get into my DM, it sounds sexual, you know? Then again, I mean, I always thought DM meant dismouth. So, I mean, the battle for these sexploits is still raging on, and I'm for them. And get this, all right? So a Catholic church/school kicked out 3 of its students because their mom makes 6 figures on OnlyFans. What? That's why we're kicking them out of the Catholic Church? Man, if she had molested 3 boys, they would have just moved her to another parishion and school. Now, if we're really going to talk about the craziness of 2021, we gotta talk about the Capital Riot. Now, we all wanted 2021 to be different. You know, give us a sign that things will be okay. Well, in the first week, we had a terrorist attack on the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. First off, I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat, because both are different cheeks on the same asshole. You know, you both produce nothing but shit. This was not about being right or left. This was a straight up a terrorist attack. Almost 11 months later, arrests are still being made, and they are ridiculous. Like the one arrestee complained about being jailed because they don't serve vegan meals. Well, ask your cellmate. He will probably give you something vegan with plenty of protein. What cracks me up about these arrests is the evidence against them. It was all over Facebook. They just went Facebook Live while trashing the Capitol. Word of advice. If you're going to brag about your crimes, do it after the crime. Not during. One thing I did learn about the Capital Riot is that some jokes just write themselves. Oh, irony. Listen, politics suck. All of them. My politics suck. Your politics suck. They all suck. You know, they make everybody talk to each other and talk down at each other. You know, Republicans and Democrats don't help us. They divide us. You know, we do stupid shit.
A drone carrying a sex toy interrupted a mayoral event in Albuquerque, Mexico. It looked like Skynet became self-aware and was ready to fuck. My favorite moment was this.
Okay. So.
Is that a dong on a drone?
One more time.
Is that a dong on a drone?
God, I'll never be this funny. The best part is he believed that it was the rival campaign that did this.
Yeah, we had founding fathers like Hamilton die in gun duels. Now we have politicians feeling victimized from dying of embarrassment. Now, this is what an ugly campaign looks like now. Can't forget to talk about Q. Now, those crazy nuts. Q followers gathered in Dallas for the return of JFK Jr. And they were planning everything, man. They were planning a celebration, a parade. But if they really knew the family well enough, they would know that they aren't into parades. Ask the father. He hates them. I don't know why. The one thing I can say for certain is intelligence is falling while inflated egos are rising. Let me give you an example. Besides me, I blame social media, all right? We have Instagram models. And if you don't know what an Instagram model is, it's Latin for Victoria's Secret saying no. There was an Instagram model that took a picture in front of her father's casket at the wake, proving once and for all that dead people don't roll over in their graves. I mean, the guys at the wake were more stiff than the corpse. Now, what could be the caption for the gram, right? Just got done burying my father. Now it's time to look for some cock to bury in my ass. But lack of intelligence isn't the only thing that built up to the Capital Riot. You also had stuff like Parler, which ended up dying after the Capital Riot. Man, and with that Parler, they're going to have to go back to meeting
In person.
But hey, at least they'll be wearing masks. But 2021 wasn't all that bad. For comic book fans, we got a treasure trove. For example, for DC, we are having the jackpot of Batmans, man. In 2022, we're going to have 2 Batmans that are going to appear in the Flash movie. We got Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton. 2 Batmans that left their original franchises over creative differences. And then we're going to have Robert Pattinson, man. Oh my God, you see that trailer? It's killer. The dude has come a long way since Twilight, you know, with such films like Lighthouse. That was a freaky movie. Did you know that in Lighthouse, all right, there was a 20-minute deleted scene of Robert Pattinson masturbating? Do you remember that? Did you ever see that? Well, it turns out, in fact, it was actual footage. Pattinson had just found out he had the role of Batman. I am vengeance. I am the night. But we can't have all the great Batman news this year, of course. Warner Brothers got really prude on us. They nixed any plans of Batman going down on Catwoman in the Harley Quinn show, because they said that's not what heroes do. What? Last year, all right, in 2020, we suffered because someone ate a bat. In 2021, I want to see a bat eat someone. It's only fair. Marvel, man, what a good year. WandaVision, Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Venom, Spider-Man, The Eternals. Oh, but not without controversy, of course. I mean, ScarJo wanted to sue Disney over not receiving the correct compensation for her work, which I agree with her, man, because I've done my share of shit gigs where I'm promised 20 boneless wings as payment, and I only got dino nuggets. It's like someone promising a blowjob and you start feeling braces. Like, oh, hey, you're 30 with braces, man. What the hell? The Eternals, man, got banned in China and Gulf region because they had a same-sex couple kiss. What? Come on. I'm glad Disney drew the line in the sand and said, no, we're not cutting that footage out, all right? You know, here's the plan. Here's the plan, Disney, how you should get rid of homophobes watching Marvel movies. Ready? Have sex scenes between same-sex couples, hardcore, and have the characters moaning out important plot details, and have Easter eggs in the background, crucial to understand the franchises, man. Could you imagine that? Like, mid-blowjob, Bang has the Infinity Gauntlet and Spider-Man dies? Every homophobe would be lost, and they would stop watching the movies, and then save it for us. Then let's talk about one of the biggest shows this year, Squid Game, man. Wow. And it doesn't go without controversy, man. Like, believe it or not, a school banned Squid Game costumes for Halloween because kids were imitating the games from the show. What? Did they see their child licking a honeycomb like a man finding the clit? What are they doing out there? Are they throwing themselves off glass bridges? Come on, they're kids, relax. Everybody got pissed at Chrissy Teigen for throwing a Squid Game party. They were saying, like, oh, she's rich, and this show's about the exploitation of poor people who need money. I'm like, come on, shut up. Shut up. She's a fan of the show, all right? I'm poor, and I'm not offended by that, all right? Trust me, I spend a lot of time filling sperm banks to fill my bank. Speaking of movies, did you see the new Matrix? Yikes! I could have made a better Matrix movie. Actually, I did. And it's about someone from the Midwest. Check it out.
You have an important choice to make today. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep this rabbit hole goes. What shall it be? Hell yeah! Whichever one is oxycodone. What? Don't doubt on me. Aren't you Neo? I'm Nito. I'm from the Midwest and my name rhymes with my mom's favorite snack. Dorito and Phenamine. Wait, Morpheus said you were the one. Shit. You got morphine too? Stop. This is serious. Danger is on the way. A storm is brewing and a revolution. I hear that, partner. Like storming the Capitol. That was a revolution. What the fuck?
For your considerations, Oscars, that's all for the New Year, New Mess. I want to say thank you for watching, guys. You guys rock. Please be sure to catch me on the road, as well as my new comedy album. Like I said, it went #1 on Amazon, and it won some awards at some film festivals for Best Monologue. So thanks for the support, everybody. You guys rock. Happy New Year's. Let's make 2022 better. I love all you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Jesse Pimpinella, and this is the New Year, New Me 2021 special. Thank you and good night. I'm gonna watch Squid Game.